Okay. I'm not good at making videos. I want to just say that. I wanted to make a comparison of why I think the Invicta Pro Diver is no longer the budget king, technically speaking. And because on Amazon, they are just upcharging it so much now that it's no longer worth it. Like, last time I checked, it was $80. And for $80, you can get the Parnis, which has, in my opinion, way better looking. You know that I technically do not wearing gloves. I just don't have any. I'm not that crazy about well, I am crazy about watches, but I just don't have gloves. If I can get to see, just look at those, look at the indices. Those indices just look so nice. Looks better, doesn't have the side gunk on it like this one does, but just way better. Even that, the bezel feels better anyway. And this one just sounds and feels, it feels crummy. Feels loose, feels crummy. It may be 200 meters water resistant. Also, this freaking bulge on the back is uncomfortable. This is a very special watch to me because I wore it all throughout my time in trade school, but it's just not the best. I mean, I did get it for like $50 or $60. It does fit better, like the way it looks, because it has the slimmer lugs, but it just does not look as good as the Parnis. And if you're really crazy like me, also I went on eBay and bought, like, for one, their clasp is, the clasp for the Parnis, the OEM one, is really nice. And it has that extension part on it. And even then, when you use the extension, it looks really good. Still, without looking, like, destroying just the way it looks. It still looks like it would be just normal, the normal bracelet. But I bought a $50 aftermarket wannabe Rolex clasp, and this thing is just amazing. I just need WD-40 just to loosen it up, but like, their bracelet also has the screw pins, if I can focus. The bracelet just feels better. The bracelet on this just feels like as if it would be freaking aluminum, but I mean, it is stainless steel, but it just feels like garbage. And it has the screw pins. If it's not going to focus on that. Will you focus? Screw pins. And it's just thin. It's really lightweight. And if you're really crazy like me, I might want to eventually try to even have someone try to refinish this watch technically, by just asking them, hey, can you just slim down those lugs? Because you could, I bet you could have someone do that, and it would be like, have it like sort of close to the whole 2020 Rolex model, and having those slimmer lugs, it would just fit on the wrist better. Because yeah, it is just kind of ugly how it has those big lugs, but it doesn't feel too big because it doesn't have that huge bulbous back. So it just feels like it's actually like sitting right on top of your wrist. And this one just feels like, yeah, it's just sort of hanging just a little above the wrist. And yeah, they're both homage watches. I know it's a bit of a hot topic. See, look. Oh, now look, $80. On eBay, you could buy this for $80. Someone sent me an offer to buy this one a long time ago, and I got this one for $60. So you can get these for really good prices, and it has that fun GMT style movement. I think this watch just looks way better, and yeah, it is a homage, but I think homage watches are good. Well, they're not good, but they're okay, because I would rather be seen with this than a fake. I mean, at least you have some balls on you to be like, yeah, it's... I thought someone was over there. At least you have some balls to be like, yeah, it's just a different watch. It's not a fake, at least. Because if someone were to just bust you on having a fake Rolex, then like, oh, that'd be embarrassing. And one time someone asked me, hey, is that a Rolly? And I was wearing my now beloved missed watch that I missed so much. I was wearing a Mini Turtle Seiko, and I was like, no, it's a Seiko, it's a Japanese watch. And they're like, oh, but at least that was like a really cool, that was a cool moment. I just really want my Mini Turtle back. But so I'm just trying to stick with this for now on, trying to sell my SKX watches to get a Mini Turtle. But yeah, I think that this is the budget king, and unless they're gonna, like, when I got this piece of crap, I thought, oh, I'll just buy it because it's like cool and valuable, because it was $60, 60 or 50. And it's the blue dial. I never wore this watch ever since, and I try to sell it. It sucks, but yeah. But I think that this is such a superior looking watch that, I mean, just look at it. It just looks far superior. And this just doesn't sound as... doesn't sound as good as... this one feels solid. It's probably not the best bezel action in the entire world, of course, but it just actually has some nice character to it. I mean, just look at that watch. That's a nice, pretty nice watch. There's some value in the way it looks. I don't like this sort of lug design, but also has better end links. I mean, just which would you rather buy? This for 80 bucks or this for 80 bucks? It's just, this is just that's why I think this is the new budget king. I mean, yeah, this has an NH35, but this may have the NH35, but it's an ugly watch. There's too many logos, and like, yeah, you might, I didn't mind it at first, but over time you just sort of think like, man, it's just so in the way. It's just in the way so much. You just want to look at the side profile and just be like, admire it. And this one just looks like, ooh, that's admirable. Because, I mean, it's just, it looks like the Rolex. A lot more than this with this big tumor on the bottom. And it's just not as, like, just those indices. Not the prettiest in the world. And this does have like a really nice feeling bracelet. I mean, just look at that polishing. This watch, yeah, also it has some really nice polishing. I mean, if I can try to, like, look at this polishing here. That is, looks like hairs. But this is just, look at that. Such a nice, beautiful. Like, this at least feels like 200 bucks. It may have Miyota rip-off movement, but it's pretty accurate and works well. And it's such a nice bezel action. I mean, if you really also just want 200 meters water resistant, I mean, just get a freaking, just save up a little bit more to get any sort of budget, the most budget Seiko you can get. Because, I mean, you can find a good, any one, a model of Seiko Prospex diver for like 318 or something, which sucks, of course. But you can also probably get the, not my favorite, but one of the new Seiko 5 models. You can just get a replacement case for it and other things, and you could make your own sort of diver. Man, yes, I know I don't have gloves, but yeah, this is just such a nice watch. I really wish it didn't have the big lugs. It feels like it's not a very honest watch. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a very honest watch, but it at least has some balls to look really nice. And just the really nice brushing. It's just incredible. Absolutely terrific. I mean, just look at that polishing. That is just absolutely beautiful. But yeah. Also the pretty similar quality date windows. ugly as, man. It's just not satisfying feeling. I used to think it was when I first got mine. Also, this one is... I took this one apart a long time ago, and now it's just absolutely hard to use. Close enough, whatever. And it's just that big frickin' huge, the frickin' huge logo above the Invicta line logo. It's just too much on the dial. And these ugly small indices, it's just not as like pretty as this one. I mean, like, yes, it is. There were Rolexes back in the day that had this sort of smaller indices, but they were high quality, and nice looking. I mean, this is just Chinese garbage right there. But at least this has some semblance of just nice looking quality. And after owning even just a Prospex model Seiko, I can safely just tell people, like, yeah, this is still a nice, like, really nice looking watch. It's $80 compared to now these being $80. So you can probably offer people on eBay, like, hey, could you like maybe go a little lower? I got mine for $60. You could probably get another one for $60. And like, they're just really good. That's all this video is about. If you want to see a Dan Henry. Great watch. But yeah. I fell in love with this. I never used this for a long time. Also, what the balls, how do you frickin' change the battery? But I never used this for a long time. But now it's like when you just are like, oh man. Then you recently fall in love with it. It's like, wow, this is just absolutely yes. So I do use this now. Good one. Oh yeah, I don't know how to end this video. This was just a rant, a stupid rant video, because this is absolute dog shit, and this at least looks really nice. That's all I wanted to say. Don't buy the stupid garbage Invictas anymore. I mean, for that price, it's like the Invictas are at least only worth 50 to 60 bucks. This is worth at least, for the price of $80, this is worth at least 110 bucks. I'll be fair and say at least $100. And this is just astronomically better. And that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, I don't think this video will get many views at all, but I just wanted to say, like, this is a good watch. That's all. But yeah, if you enjoy it, this video, and my stupid rant, at least I had sunlight for my lighting. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, would appreciate if you like it and maybe subscribe. Hope you have a good one.